Ladies and gentlemen, I have some surprising breaking news to share with everybody after viewing my video of me leaving a broken copy of Vanguard at Activision's headquarters in Santa Monica. The Infinity Tards have made the bright decision to fly me out to LA and have me try out Modern Warfare 2019 Part 2 Supreme Deluxe before anybody else. And I am here to tell you, after playing it early, Modern Warfare 2019 Part 2 is a top 5 Call of Duty of all time, a top 3 Call of Duty of all time, and if you enjoy Gooch with lint, this is the perfect Call of Duty for you. And by the way, please use my creator code SCATMasterFooly in the shop for 0% off so I can get more money for Gooch licking Activision. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, what I just said to you right now is a fat load of cap. However, Activision and Infinity Ward have just finished sending out a ton of content creators over to Infinity Ward Studios to try out Modern Warfare 2 early. And you know, if this were maybe, 5 to 10 years ago, I would be incredibly hyped for the news that I was hearing. However, now that I am 23 years old and I just got done playing 3 years back to back of absolute dumpster juice gooch sweat, am I hyped to hear that Korean Savage, that all of these Carnage members, that Modern Warzone have just played Modern Warfare 2 early and everybody's already saying that it's a great year for COD? Am I excited to hear that? Let me tap into my inner Scatmaster really quickly, guys. Am I excited to hear this? Fuck no! This is not good news to me. Now, it might be good news to you if you're younger than like 16 years old, or if Modern Warfare 2019 and Vanguard are in your top 5 CODs of all time, then maybe this is good news to you. But as somebody who just got abused for 3 years straight, somebody who just endured cock and ball torture by Ass Division, by VARC, by the Infinity Tards, and by Special Ed Hammer for 3 years straight, I am here to tell you that anytime these content creators, the typical content creators by the way, every time they get sent out to play the new COD early and they come back saying it's good, I don't get excited anymore. I don't get hyped anymore because that's what they said about MW 2019, that's what they said about Cold War, and that's what they said about Vanguard. This entire flying out content creators is strictly for publicity. It is strictly a PR stunt, and I am not affected by it anymore. And the point of today's video is for you guys to understand that whenever these content creators come out and say they played the new game early and that it's gonna be great and they can't wait to share all of their experiences, take it with a grain of salt every single time. Activision is not to be trusted, and as much as you love some of these content creators, I'm sorry, but at the end of the day, doing stuff like this is not only for a paycheck, but it's also for them to be looked at under a microscope by Activision, so they can get all of this publicity, so they can get all of these special priorities by Activision and Daddy Bobby Cosby. I'm here to tell you guys, don't take any of this stuff so seriously until you yourself play the game yourself and form your own opinion. And you know what? Let's be honest, that goes for content creators like myself. If I come out here and say that MW 2019 Part 2 is trash, that doesn't automatically mean it's the worst game of all time. It just means I personally don't like it. But this is where it gets kind of tricky because you should listen to the opinions of people who are a little bit more critical of COD, but at the same time, if Activision is constantly flying out the exact same content creators to play the new game early, and they're saying it's great, then it gets a little tricky there because it all comes down to what your recent experience is with Call of Duty as a franchise. For example, if the Scatmaster did not like the last 3 Call of Duties, and you yourself also did not like the last 3 Call of Duties, and I come out here and I say MW 2019 Part 2 was not that fun, then more than likely you're gonna share the exact same opinion, and hopefully if it's actually not good, you don't have to buy it. If you are a gooch licker that loved the last 3 years of Call of Duty even though they were pure dog shit, And these gooch liquor content creators play the game early and say it's great. Without playing it yourself, you're also gonna think it's great. But if you're somewhere in the middle and you're on the fence, some of the last 3 CODs you liked, other ones you didn't, sometimes you agree with me, sometimes you agree with the gooch lickers, then that's where unfortunately you're gonna have to play it for yourself to really form your own opinion about it. But personally, from my experience, if these special selected individuals got to play the new game early, and every single year they're saying it's the best Call of Duty of all time, maybe just take it with a grain of salt. Maybe just wait a little bit and see what other people have to say about it. People who are a little bit more critical, people who don't really like taint in their mouth as much. Maybe wait for those people to talk about it. Oh, but wait, Activision never sends those people out, right? There's a very clear pattern here, guys. Also, let's not forget the leaks that we have for MW 2019 Part 2. There's some things in here that don't sound good. Seasonal progression, all of that bullshit, it's still in the game. It's still happening. I'm not a fan of it personally. And how well is it going to go throughout 2 years of the game's life cycle? I don't know, but I'm not a fan of it. Then there's other leaks like you can dolphin dive and you can slide and there's like infinite sprint or something like that. I don't know if it's been debunked yet, but that kind of stuff sounds a little sketch to me. But one of these interesting leaks is this whole map editor thing. Ralph's Valve tweeted about it, and I'm not going to make a whole video on it just yet. I'll probably do it tomorrow after the reveal. But on the surface, being able to edit the maps sounds great. But ask yourself something. Why in God's name would we have to edit the maps that launch with this game? Let's think about it together. MW 2019, the sequel. What maps did we have in MW 2019? Ramaza, Grozna Raid, Euphrates Bridge, Piccadilly, Azir Cave. Guys, if it's not apparent, these maps are probably gonna be dog shit. And having to edit the maps sounds great because now I can remove doors, I can remove windows, God forbid there's destructible cover and destructible walls. But if they're tempting us to edit the maps, all that tells me, somebody who's experienced cock and ball torture for the last 3 years, somebody who's played straight D and C tier maps for the last 3 years, all that tells me is maybe these maps aren't as good as they seem. And I know there was a leak that said these maps were going to be much better than MW 2019, that there was going to be actual 3-lane maps, and that there wasn't going to be as many save spaces. But let's not forget what the standard of maps are nowadays. They're just straight up dog shit now. I mean, let's look at Gondola in Vanguard. They're calling this a medium-sized 3-lane map. Where the fuck do you see 3 lanes on Gondola? The fact of the matter is, Call of Duty as a whole, as a franchise, has been watered down year and year and year. I'm not asking for innovation specifically. All I'm asking for is for the last 3 years of COD to not be repeated. And so far, the foundation doesn't sound too good to me. It sounds like SBMM is going to be the exact same. You can't vote for maps again. Lobbies are going to be disbanding again. To me, it just sounds like more of the same things that we had over the last 3 years. So that's why I'm being skeptical about it. I'm not just going to hop on the hype train and follow all of these gooch lickers and gooch lick Call of Duty. I can't do that anymore. My experiences have been pretty bad recently, and I just can't hop on board this time around. Also, by the time this video comes out, the reveal probably would have already happened, and this is just a message to get some people's heads out of the clouds. But remember, these cinematic reveals and these campaign gameplays, all of it is meant to look good. All of it is meant to hype you up. If we actually get multiplayer footage and it actually looks good, then maybe I'll be a little hyped. But for right now, I'm not. Seeing all of these content creators gooch lick COD again for the 4th year in a row doesn't hype me up. Seeing campaign footage and cinematics and seeing Tim the Tatman and all of these people talk about Call of Duty and have press runs with Call of Duty and promote it, it doesn't hype me up anymore. I'm probably gonna end up uploading back to back just to talk about the reveal, but as a quick assumption, no matter how I feel about it, I can pretty much predict how the community is gonna react. It's gonna be a whole lot of hype, it's gonna be a whole lot of expectations, and hopefully they deliver. At the end of the day, that's all I want. Even though I have doubts, I still want MW2 to be good. But that's gonna do it for me today, guys. I'm curious to know what you guys think about this. Do you trust all of these content creators and all of these people getting flown out to play the game early? Do you think it's gonna be good just because they say it's good? Let me know down in the comments below, and if you enjoyed today's video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new, hit the bell notifications to stay up to date with my newest videos, and yeah guys, it's been the boy Fooly. Have yourselves a good one. I'm out of here. Toodles.
It's been a very long time since the weekend. It's been a very long time and I'm weak.